Thank you very much. Thank you. You know, thank you, Alonzo, for the kind introduction. It was very, very difficult. I just mentioned to him for Alpha Phi Alpha man to recognize a Sigma. So you're going a long way to greatness. And let me say this, that clearly the 22nd Legislative District is fighting for you. You got a senator who got a black eye because he's fighting for the 22nd Legislative District. Let's give him a hand. Now, he's trying to tell a story that he got the black eye playing basketball, but we know he's fighting for a gun change. He's fighting for the death penalty. He's fighting for wind power. That's Paul Pinsky. Thank you, Paul. Keep on fighting. You don't need to give up your other eye. We're with you. We're with you. And then you got someone who's the chair of the Subcommittee on Transportation and Appropriations, who also got a Band-Aid on her lip. She's fighting for the purple line. And I just want to reassure you that we're with you. We're with you, Delegate Gaines. We're with you. Now, Ann Healy, she hides her Band-Aids real well. She has so much experience in the House that you know she got some Band-Aids to get chair of the Rules Committee. So she may not have Band-Aids now, but she's going to get Band-Aids later on. But Ann, congratulations. That's a major, major appointment. And again, Alonzo, congratulations to you. We know you're going to do great things, and you have our wonderful support. So congratulations as well. And to my dear colleague who is chair of the District Committee, Brian Frosch, he's doing amazing work, and thank you for taking up the progressive leadership that you're taking on, Brian. And to my former colleagues in the Senate, good to see you as well, Senator Curry, Senator Muse, Senator Benson. I don't think I missed anybody, and oh, Senator Raskin, Jamie, good to see you. You don't have any Band-Aids, do you? Oh, okay. Well, I'm delighted to be here. What an amazing convergence of history we had today. Wasn't that amazing? Wasn't that amazing? You know, I didn't bear the cold. I don't know if any of you did. If you did, God bless you. But I didn't. I just stayed, and I had the house all to myself. And I just was mesmerized by what I saw was a Lincoln-esque speech by the 44th President of the United States, Barack Obama. You know, it was rare to hear that in the inauguration speech, usually you talk about these ethereal concepts that you just go, wow, what a great speech. But Barack Obama dared to say that it's time to be activated around climate change. It's time to get activated around gun control. It's time, and you know what else he said? He said today, and here's the convergence between what we're celebrating today, that we're celebrating today with Martin Luther King's birthday, Dr. Martin Luther King, and with Barack Obama, is that he did two, I thought, amazing things today. What he did was he brought such a diverse audience of people that we can dream about. Do you remember what Dr. King said, that we were going to hold hands together and proclaim free at last, thank God Almighty, we're free at last. That wasn't a white message, that wasn't a black message, that was our message. And Barack Obama, if you saw the audience out there today, we were holding hands in brotherhood. And we celebrated race in a way that we said that we are all Americans and endowed with the right to pursue our dreams and dream big. And that's what that speech was about today. And so what a convergence of activism and history. But I want to also send out a somber note. A somber note that while we can celebrate this, and we can celebrate a man of color being President of the United States, are we done yet? Are we done yet? No, I don't think we're done yet. I don't think we're done when we even have to raise the consciousness around gun control, that somehow there are those who believe that they could walk into school with a magazine and that's okay. No, we're not done yet. We're not done until people can immigrate into this society and know that they can get an education. No, we're not done yet. We're not done yet until we know that everybody can get health care in a way that they don't have to fear of being succumbed by a disease and worry about whether or not they have to mortgage their house. No, we're not done yet. We're not done yet until we eliminate poverty in a way that everybody can have access to a living wage. No, we're not done yet. So while we can celebrate this day, and we can celebrate great leaders, I say this to you, that leadership does not come from them, it comes from us. And if you look at great movements, if you see this convergence, the convergence is about that people were empowered in a way where even when they were told no, they got on those voting lines and they said yes. Even when when there was attempts to try to circumvent this election, they said, oh no, not this time. And if we gotta wait, and if we gotta wait, and we gotta wait, we're gonna vote, and we're gonna vote, we're gonna vote, and that's how we were able to be victorious. And so we celebrate this convergence as a way to remind us that it is through activism of ourselves, it is through activism through ourselves that we take up the mantelpiece. That when they go and try to now begin to negotiate the death penalty, that we have your back. That no longer we're going to have some strange amendment come up. See, I was in the Senate when the strange amendment all of a sudden came up. We were promised that we were going to get a hearing on the death penalty, and all of a sudden the strange amendment came up. It came out of the blue. Not this time. Not this time. We want a fair hearing on the death penalty. Who wants a fair hearing on the death penalty? Who wants to have a hearing on gun control when we don't get some strange amendment that begins to say, what happened? And all of a sudden we still have magazines, gun magazines being able to be bought up. Not this time. Not this time. And for those who, I went to a chamber event, and one of my former colleagues got up and said, oh, wind energy is too expensive. They know who that person is. Oh, they were crazy to go after wind energy. We're crazy not to go after wind energy because we cannot survive on using fossil fuels and energy the way that we're using it. We're going to have a debate this time. And so as we converge today on this historical event, as we celebrate Martin Luther King Jr., what Martin Luther King Jr. would say that let's make the Constitution alive for everybody. And in making it alive for everybody, we want to make sure that government is for the people and by the people. And when it is not, that we're going to march. And we're going to march in a different way. We're going to march by maybe getting on Facebook, maybe sending emails. We're going to march by sending letters. We're going to march by going to committee hearings. We're going to march by making sure that everybody is protected under the law. And so let freedom ring. Let freedom ring from Prince George's County to Annapolis. Let freedom ring. Right. Let freedom ring from Montgomery County to Howard County. Let freedom ring. Let freedom ring from the Chesapeake Bay to the Patuxent. Let freedom ring. And when it rings, let it rings, we can say this day that all God's children, black and white, Jew and Gentile, Catholic and Protestant, can say this day, our children are safe because there are no more guns at schools. Our children, our people are safe because we don't have to worry about the death penalty. We are safe because we have ended poverty in a way that everybody has access to a job. And we are free because we can go to the doctor not worrying about what the cost is. Let freedom ring. And when it rings, we can say, we shall overcome. And we shall overcome. And instead of saying we shall overcome, we have overcome this day. Thank you, everybody. God bless you, and thank you for having me speak this day. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Happy Inauguration Day. Let freedom ring.